talk about the fight of your team tonight and the season that your squad had?
Yeah, there was no doubt in our minds that we would fight and scratch and claw, and we did. I think it was, 58, 52, if I'm not mistaken, and we ended up taking the lead, and they took it right back, and then obviously we had a couple chances there in the end to win the game, but it didn't happen.
We will open up the floor for questions for our student athletes first. In the first row, go ahead.
Sean, could you take us through what you saw on that last play, kind of what your initial reads were, and then when you found Shaq in the corner?
Really, I just seen Shaq was open, so I just passed him the ball. It was really simple.
Tolu, for you, you guys, as Coach had mentioned there, everyone's talked about your fight all season. You guys go down 6 there late. What did this group kind of show one more time to kind of make that 7-0 run and put yourself right back in a spot where, after that 3, it looked like it would have been the dagger?
Yeah, I'm proud of this team. I'm very proud of this team. We fought, scratched, clawed. We've been through a lot of situations like this, and I'm just so proud of the team and happy to be able to be a part of this season with these guys.
First row.
Gracie Barra, WCBI, when you talk about being in this situation, this feeling, how important is it to, lift each other up and especially lift Shaq up after that shot?
Yeah, it's a big thing for us. Team and loving each other is something that we bank on. And, Shaq's shot wasn't the reason why we lost. It was other things that contributed to the loss, and we had a great look at the end of the game, and just sometimes the cards don't fall in your favor. But I'm so proud of this group. Like I said, I'm so proud of everybody. I'm proud of the coaching staff, and yeah.
For Shaq and DJ, you both talked, throughout the whole season of how badly you wanted to get back to March Madness, and I know it stings right now, but you guys had that opportunity. I guess what did it mean to kind of grind through everything, the highs and lows of this season, and have the opportunity to come here and experience this?
Like Tolu said, we've been through a lot of adversity, and I couldn't be more proud of these guys. We built a brotherhood. There's gonna forever be a brotherhood. Tonight we came up short. It's not the result that we wanted, but I'm proud of us. We've been through a lot of ups and downs, but we stayed together. We kept fighting. Coach Jans instilled that in us early. Just stay together, keep fighting. That's what we did, but we came up short.
I know one thing that Coach Jans talked about being a good aspect to playing in the first 4 was getting this stage to play on where everybody is watching you tonight. I guess, what do you have to say to people looking at Mississippi State recruits just about the culture and kind of how cool was it to have this stage all to yourself tonight?
DJ, you want to answer that?
It just shows that Coach knows what he's doing. He's been here multiple times, and he told me from the beginning that he said just trust him. We trusted him. We went out there and fought for him each and every day. We sacrificed a lot during the season, so he knows what he's doing. You just got to believe in him. And, if you want to go to the NCAA tournament, come to the Bulldogs. That's what I said.
Tolu, your thoughts on the culture and the eyes out there and watching Mississippi State basketball?
Yeah, I'm a big advocate for Coach James, man. Before the season, we had a meeting. We sat down, we talked, and I love everything that I was hearing. And I think all our goals aligned, and we made it happen. And everything that he said was going to happen happened. He has a blueprint. He knows what he's doing. Like DJ said, just got to trust and believe in him. And the culture is changing. It's changing in Mississippi State in a good way. So.
First row.
Shaq, for guys like you that are coming back next season, I guess how much do you think this experience can help and kind of build what you guys want to do next season?
It just shows us what to expect for next year. Keep believing, keep fighting, keep trusting in Coach, and he'll get us where we want to be. Just got to stay together.
Any more questions for our student athletes? Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Fantastic fight tonight and a terrific season. And thank you so much again for joining us. You're free to go. Yeah. At this time, questions for Coach Chris Jans. First row.
Chris, I guess, what does it mean to you to kind of hear the praise that, your players had, for the job you did this season and kind of the belief you were able to instill in them when you came in?
I mean, what are they going to say? I'm standing right here. I don't think they have much of a choice to spin it in a positive way. But, I told them when we made the tournament in our locker room, congratulations, how proud I was of them. It's the last thing I told them before we took the floor is, congratulations. You're in March Madness. You're where every college basketball player yearns to be, and you've got a wonderful stage to show everybody what you stand for, both for your front of a jersey and for your back. And certainly we're extremely disappointed with the outcome. But those kids, I mean, when you outright rebound someone 49-28, you usually expect to win. But you got to give Pitt a lot of credit. They played obviously well enough to win. We just struggled in the first half to guard them. We just couldn't contain it. They were 8 for 13 from 3, and it was still a 1-point game. And we had 8 turnovers, and they had 2. And then in the second half, I think we got up maybe 2 or 3 was the most we ever got up. And same for them, I think, for quite a while until there with 3 minutes left, it was 6. And then our guys went on a run and put themselves in position to win the game, and it was back and forth. But I'll always remember this group for their belief, for their buy-in, for their coachability. I've told them that many times throughout the year. I reiterated it in the locker room just now because it'll be my first group at Mississippi State. And we're proud of our accomplishments this year. Certainly we want more. We want to be playing on Friday, but it's not meant to be.
First row.
Coach, I know you talked about, it's not about building up a program, it's about building a program for that year. I guess when you think back to where you started, reflecting on that and to where you are now, how proud are you of your ability and this team to have done that and get to this point?
It's what I told them, that maybe a few people outside of our locker room really believed that we had a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. And I said, there's probably people in this locker room that questioned it when we started talking about that when we arrived. So, yeah, I mean, first year, that was the goal that we set, and we reached it this year. We'll see, when we get into next year how it'll go. But it's a credit to these guys. I mean, it really is. Coaches are going to coach and work and plead and try to get the most out of them. But if there's no buy-in, there's no belief, then it's not going to happen. And some of it was blind faith. I didn't have deep-seated relationships with any of these guys when they chose to come back, and then we added pieces to the puzzle, and we end up, having a good year and something they'll be proud of the rest of their lives.
First row.
Coach, a couple questions on that last shot. Were there other options you were kind of looking at on that play there? And then to follow up on that, I mean, what's your message to a guy like Shaq? Obviously, it's a shot that he was hoping to make, and I know what Tolu had said, but what do you say to a guy like that at late in the game situation?
Yeah, there were multiple looks on that play. I think maybe we have run it one time all year long, and there were a couple lob options early. And then obviously, like Ram said, he found Shaq in the deep drift, and I mean, there was no one around him, right, for 10, 15 feet, and it was a heck of a look. And fortunately, we got it off quick enough where we had at least one tap at it. I don't think the second one was probably in time, but at that point, it's all you can ask for. You know, a chance, the ball's in the air to win an NCAA tournament game and then still have enough time to get put back. But it was a heck of a shot by Burton there, you know, to give them the lead. And it was really, you know, obviously a great game for the fans. And, you know, it was a great environment. Certainly appreciate, you know, all the folks in the Dayton community of coming out and supporting. I know it's a basketball crazy community, and they showed up tonight, and we were appreciative of that.
Another question there, first row.
I know Tolu said, you know, Shaq's shot wasn't the reason you lost, but when that shot comes out of your hand, it doesn't go into the net. It's a lot harder to feel that way yourself. I guess, how are you also helping lift Shaq up and just the rest of the team?
He was the first one to enter the locker room, and all I said was that was a heck of a look. I mean, he gets it. I don't think he's going to wear that very long. I think anyone would be disappointed, but we all understand how that works. And it was a heck of a look, and I was glad that he had the look. I felt really good when he rose up, and I didn't have a good angle, so I didn't have to go through the process of understanding if it was going to go in or not. But he'll be fine.
Another question.
Chris, I know you guys have obviously been focused on this game, but you know, with the portal already being open and whatnot, I guess how quick does your staff kind of have to turn around at this point and start preparing for next season?
Oh, that's already begun. That never ends. Recruiting never ends. If you're playing or not, and you know, we'll probably obviously have more time to focus on that as we go forward.
Just a couple more questions here. First row.
Like you said, really big stage tonight, only game on, everybody is watching you. What was it like to put Mississippi State basketball on the map, this being just the second tournament appearance in over a decade?
Yeah, I don't necessarily believe that we put them on the map, but we reintroduced ourselves to college basketball, and hopefully, you know, certainly we've been a team that has struggled shooting the basketball all year long. It was well documented. I'm sure people that don't know us very well didn't believe it the way we started the game. That was awesome, an awesome way to start. But it feels good. I mean, it feels good. I'm happy for our fan base. I know they wanted more. I certainly wanted more. Our players wanted more. But we'll have perspective here real soon, and I think we'll all be proud of the accomplishments that this team had and the season that we had, and hopefully it'll help us going forward.
First row.
You mentioned, I guess, the buy-in from this team, whether it be, you know, the belief off the court or the play on the court. You know, how important are guys like Shaq and Cam, you know, moving forward now and keeping that foundation, kind of building that culture that you want, you know, moving forward at Mississippi State?
Yeah, it's more fun in your second year because you've got guys that get it, that understand what they've went through, what lies ahead. So to be able to have players coming back, to be able to, you know, talk to the recruits when they're on campus, and then when our team eventually arrives, to be able to lead them, you know, just get them to understand from a player's perspective, you know, the expectations that we have on a daily basis and how we do things in practice, in the weight room, in the class, in the community. And, you know, your first year is always tough because everybody's new regardless if they played there or not. And hopefully we'll have a bunch of guys back heading into next season.
Any more questions for Coach?
Thank you.
Coach Chris Jans. Thank you. Mississippi State wraps up the season, 21 wins. Terrific night of basketball as 75-71, Southeast Missouri beating Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and then 21 lead changes, and Pitt defeating Mississippi State 60-59. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:40. Fairleigh Dickinson taking on Texas Southern in the nightcap. It'll be Arizona State and Nevada.